Hi, this is a webinar on the grading options in the Setup tab on the ThinkWave system. First, click on the Setup tab. This is where you'll find the options for grading within the ThinkWave system. Click on the school's final grade scales, and here you can add a custom grade scale. To add a grading scale, click the Add Grade Scale link at the top left. Here you can add the name, like kindergarten. Once you add a custom grading scale, it will appear below the default letter grades. You can add grades by clicking Add Grade beneath the custom grade scales. And here you can add the grades like Very Good. And here the description. Here's where you can select whether a grade earns credits. And here's where you can select whether it's included in the GPA. Here's where you can enter the GPA value, and here's the value for the honors GPA. And here's the minimum percent needed for the student to earn this grade. This is affected by the rounding options, which I'll get to in a moment. The letter grades here are default in the ThinkWave system. You can edit the default existing grades by clicking the grade on the left, or the edit icon on the right. You can add a grade to the letter grade by clicking here. Click the Add Grade link at the bottom, and this is where you would enter all the information for a custom grade. Once the grades are created, you can assign the grades to the classes by going to the Classes tab and selecting the grade from the pull-down menu. Going back to the Setup tab and the Final Grade Scales, here is non-calculated grades, which can be used as part of the default scale, or any custom grade scales you create. To include a percent-based final grade in the GPA, you have to enable this feature by clicking the Enable button. Click on the minimum percent, or the edit icon to edit the GPA scale. Here you can select the minimum percent to achieve that GPA. And here is where you can put the value of the GPA. And here's the honors GPA value. If you want to add additional values, you can click Add Percent here. And you can add something like a minimum percent of 95 will earn a 4.2 or a 5.2 in the honors GPA. Going back to the school's final grades, here you can either enter the letter grade or percent for the grade type for newly created classes. Here you can select how many places a final grade will round to get to the letter grade. You can select 0 to 3 places. For instance, if you are rounding to the whole digit, you may want to set the minimum percent to 89.5 to have the rounding match what the percentage displays. And here is the minimum percent required to earn a credit when the final grade is a percent. Back to the Setup tab. Now go to Standards and Skills. And here you can add or edit the graded standards and skills. Click Add to add a new standards and skills. And here you can enter the name, and here you can choose to exclude it from report cards. You can edit or delete existing standards and skills by clicking on it. You can delete it by clicking the Delete icon at the bottom left. Once you have all the standards and skills here, you can add them to individual classes by going to the Classes tab. Select the class from the left menu. Then click the Edit icon next to Standards and Skills at the bottom. You can select them here, and here you can create the category names for the standards and skills. Once you click Save, you can go back and organize them by dragging and dropping. And these are the options available for the final grades in the ThinkWave system. Thanks for watching.